Hey YouTube, how's it going? Today I'm going to be changing the spark plugs on my 2009 Lincoln MKS. I've already done most of the work, i.e. changed the 3 front spark plugs and midway down changing the rear 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the assembly process, and basically that will give you a DIY guide how to put them in and put it back together. So the disassembly part was the toughest part, I find, just because it's a little bit convoluted as to what you need to do to get to these rear plugs. The front ones, very easy. All you have to do is you need to remove this cover and go back here, remove this hose from the intake, which is there right now, and remove this bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and pull the igniter caps off. Now, what I did notice is I'm doing this in cold weather right now. It is about -5 degrees Celsius. I've decided to do this because this is the only free time I have. At any rate, these clips, the red part pulls out, and you need to press on this black part right there and pull off the clips. If you're doing this in cold weather, these things are stupid brittle. So I ended up breaking 2 of them. Yeah, there we go. So be very careful how you do it. At any rate, I'm ready to torque these down, and the specifications on the Bosch spark plugs that are right here. There we go. Bosch spark plugs says 15 foot-pounds, and this is the Canadian crappy tire model number that you need. So crappy tire is Canadian tire, as you can see right there. Good old Canada. So 15 foot-pounds, that works great if you have a foot-pound torque wrench. I don't. I have this handy inch-pound torque wrench. So converting the inch-pounds or foot-pounds to inch-pounds, you get roughly around 180 inch-pounds of torque is what you need. And on this handy one, it doesn't allow me to actually doesn't go on an incremental scale of by 10, but it starts at 120 and then goes to 240, 360, and then so on. So it ended up being 1.6 turns approximately to get to 118 inch-pounds. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to torque these spark plugs, and we'll just put that there. Now, like I said, I've already hand tightened these, and just a little bit. There we go. So that right there, that's one tightened. And the fun part of removing it from the socket on a stupid angle. Go into the second one. And off to the third one. There we go. So these are tightened now. Like I said, they're at 180 inch-pounds of torque, or if you have a torque wrench that works with foot-pounds, they are at 15 foot-pounds of torque. Now, this vehicle, it has its own coil packs per plug. They don't come in a assembly like the old cars do. They come with individual coil packs. So this is a spark plug coil which goes on directly onto the spark plug. So depending on how well wired your harness is, it carries these, as you can see right here. This one is very well wired, and it is very tight. So what you will need to do is remove those very, very brittle clips like that, pull them back and press on that black part right there. As here, let me point. This lighting really sucks. So this part, press it down and pull the clips off like that. Then once we do that, this one apparently I didn't need to do because it is long enough. You can rotate it in there, put the cap in, or the coil pack in like that, and the next one in like that, and the last one, which is kind of difficult to get to. You have to remove some of the intake assembly to do it. So that's in there. Now I have organized all my bolts here as to what they do. So let's grab these. Alright, getting back to it. So this bolt, it goes right here. You can see where it goes on the coil pack. Same as the front ones, like that. And I'm filming this with my cell phone, which can't say is the best quality. I should have probably grabbed my GoPro or my DSLR. But what can you do? So hand tighten these guys, and then we'll use a ratchet to just ratchet them in. I find that it helps to protect the threads if you hand tighten everything first. If it doesn't go that easily, maybe grab a screwdriver, but you don't want to use anything more than a screwdriver so you don't ruin the threads. These aluminum blocks, they're not the greatest for durability when it comes to that. You can very easily ruin the thread. So that's in right there. Let's go back here to my screwdriver and my socket here. So this socket is a 5/16 socket. It works for pretty much all the bolts on the vehicle that are used to take off all the junk that you see right there. So since I already hand tightened them, I really don't need to use a screwdriver, but I will use my ratchet, and I will place this thing right here again so we can get a good view at what we're doing. Somewhat, maybe, I don't know. Come on. It's really hard to film by yourself. Alright, so let's tighten these. Did I set the torque wrench to tighten? Yes, I did. So you can use a torque wrench to torque these down. I just tighten them the ratchet by hand. I have a pretty good feel for it. You gain that after working on stuff like this for a number of years. As you can see, I'm still tightening it by hand. Like that. Now that it's, what you can see, finger tight. Get it up, maybe just a bit past quarter turn. Should do it. You don't want to overdo it because you don't want to strip the screw. Like that. So these are tight. So time to put on the clips on here and basically connect this. So this one right here is already connected, as you can see. Let's make sure that this is pushed back in like that, and push this one in like that, and you'll feel a little click. If you don't, there we go, and push the clip back in. And the last one right here. Sorry for the odd angles, very hard to film by myself and get the appropriate, there we go, here, click in. So basically that's it. You put the spark plugs in. So now it's the assembly that needs to be done of the intake. So we'll put this right there. And hopefully that will be a good enough angle to film what we need to film. So this thing pops in like that, as you can see. And there is a hose back here that goes onto that little nubby thing like that. Yes, that's in the intake right there. Probably can't see it from that angle, but there is the clip on there. And then what you want to do